Hello everyone, in today's video we will be looking at the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Krrsantan from the vintage collection from the Book of Boba Fett. Okay, so here we have the box, and yeah, it's quite sort of a wide box. That's the one side there, sort of as usual, sort of showcasing all the different accessories that you get. There's a picture on the back with everything that it comes with. So I think it's the same image as the front, that one. Yep. And then on this side, just the rest of the accessories there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this opened up. Okay, so after cutting all of these really annoying stickers here, this is sort of, I guess it's not really a complaint about the figure, but the packaging, this is just super annoying. I guess it's got to be done to keep it in place, but it's just so, like, I don't want to peel them back and rip the cardboard, but cutting them without cutting the box is also annoying. But anyway, the outer sleeve comes off like that, and this is pretty cool. So that's like the inside of the box there, and I don't know if you can see that there. You've got this cool sort of like his pauldrons and stuff. So obviously that's the back there, and then that's the front by there. And then if I've cut these correctly, which I haven't, so I'm gonna have to do that now. So yeah, once you've cut the top and the bottom parts, it opens like that. Yeah, that's just really cool. I am quite a big fan of that. That is having the figure sat there like that with all of this displayed on the sides. So here you've got these two blades here, which I believe he didn't have in the show if I remember rightly, but they are obviously from the comic that he appeared in, I think, if I remember rightly. This rifle also, can't remember if he used that in the show, don't think he did, but then this rifle he did. I'm pretty sure that was the one there that is used in the show. It looks like he's got a bowcaster on him there, which again I think was probably from the comics. Then up here we have this little compartment here, which I think, yeah, that just pulls out of there, but I'm gonna have to be careful with that because I don't really want to, yeah, see, that's a bit bent there and creased already. Don't really want to damage this box, but yeah, he's looking pretty cool. All the different colors there, so he's mostly black, but you've got like that gray kind of secondary color which he has, which is great. The detail on the face looks awesome. I think this is one of those figures that looks better in person than in like the promo stuff, because he looked okay. His face looked a bit squashed, he looked a bit odd, but yeah, like there, that looks awesome. Paintwork all looks pretty spot on from what I can see. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, take all of these bits off, get that out of there, and take a closer look at everything. So here he is out of the box. It does look like there's maybe some bits of fluff and stuff on him. So yeah, here he is out of the box, and yeah, he's looking awesome. I don't know if you can see that there. That face sculpt is awesome. I like the details on the hairs and stuff. I can't quite explain it, but they've done something with like his eyebrows and stuff, which looks great. The one eye looks a little bit fuzzy, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It looks okay. And it's mostly, yeah, it's mostly showing up on the camera looking a bit funny in this eye here, but in person it's not. So I don't know if there's maybe a bit of fluff or something. I'll check that out. So this has fallen down, so I will just remove that for a moment. Yeah, so his pauldrons here, I believe, yeah, they feel like they're kind of stuck to it, but they're not. They are all loose, so it's its own piece here, comes around the back. Got like his sort of, I guess they're like braids or like dreadlock type things coming down there. Yeah, I imagine decent, quite decent articulation here. Nothing too crazy. It's not gonna be like, well, I don't know, actually. It's all right. You've got this hanging down here. Obviously that looks like some sort of fur, but I'm not sure of, you know, if that's a specific thing, like if it's from something, if it's part of like, you know, something, because I haven't read the comic in which he appears. I've seen bits of it, so I sort of know a lot of his backstory and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm not sure what that is from. If you do know, feel free to let me know. But yeah, the face in particular is looking great. Like I said, I'm loving this sort of two-tone thing we've got going on, like the black and the silvery grey hair. Good articulation, like I said, because this is like a soft kind of plastic on the pauldrons and they move around a bit. Probably could get the arms up a bit higher. But yeah, he's looking great. And then onto the accessories, we've got this rifle here. I'm not familiar with the name of it, but I believe it's the one he had in the show. So that's cool. Got this rifle here, which is nice. You've got this kind of like effect which is loose and comes off there. And then you can put that on there, which is cool. These two swords, which are awesome. I think they've got a bit of, I don't know if that is detail or if it's like markings on the, like maybe defects, but either way, kind of adds to it, I think. Look, they look nice. And then you've got this, which is the bowcaster, which I've seen before, but I don't think I've seen one for a while, so I can't quite remember. Maybe that just, yeah. I think if I remember rightly, goes under, slots under there, in that little gap there. Because these things have always annoyed me a bit. Because they're just so fiddly. They never really, although this feels different. Yep, so that's in there like that. I'm pretty sure that's where it's meant to go. But again, these things have always bugged me. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why that's its own separate piece. Because look at that, that's just fallen straight out of there. But I can't see where else that would go on there. And I'm trying to think back, because the Chewbacca figures from years ago used to have it, and it's annoying. Like I said, it does sort of, it doesn't click in, it just pushes in there like that, and that's fine. It'll be okay for sort of posing and stuff like that. Again, I do always sort of say, like, if you were a kid playing with one of these, that would drive you insane. If that kept falling off, you'd probably just leave it, and it would be one of those pieces that just gets lost because it just comes off. So a bit annoying, but it is what it is. And then behind that other compartment that we saw is this bag. And yeah, in here we've got some more stuff. So you've got this flagon, which is quite nice, a nice sort of gold colour on there. That's cool. You've got this fruit, which I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what the name of that fruit is. But yeah, there it is. Maybe it's a Melu run or whatever they're called. And then you've got these two fists here, which are nice with the gold knuckle dusters on there. You've got two open fists, which are interesting. You can sort of hold on to stuff, I guess. And the thing is, with this figure, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be difficult deciding how to pose him. So you've got this here, these sort of like lightning effects, which there is going to be a specific way. You can see it kind of fold under there. There's going to be a specific way that these clip on, but it's going to look something like that, I guess. And there's two of them. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this so far. But we'll get him set up in probably quite a few different poses, because he's got all these accessories. And like I said, I don't know honestly how I'm gonna like pose him for the final thing in the cabinet, because usually with these figures, they I look at them and I think it's either one way or another, you know. But with this guy, you can get so many dynamic poses. You've got all of these accessories and weapons and stuff like that. So it is going to be tough deciding how to pose this guy, in all honesty. You know, do you have him clench fists? Do you have him with the swords? Do you have him with the guns? You know, so yeah, spoilt for choice really. But we're gonna look at some of those poses and talk a bit more about him. So some final thoughts on this figure. It is awesome. I know the show was a bit iffy. In my opinion, I did enjoy it for the most part. I think there was a lot of great moments. And then again, you know, I think I've said it before, a lot of missed opportunities. You know, some bits which I feel like could have maybe been left out. But then, like I said, there were some bits which were really great. And this guy, for me, was one of the highlights, I think. He looked great in the show. He's an existing character. It makes sense for him to be like there in the show. It wasn't just sort of a pointless cameo. And yeah, he got a bit of action in the last episode. And so yeah, for me, he was a highlight of the show, and I really hope we get to see him in live action again, because yeah, he is an awesome character. So when initially they announced the first figure, which is the Krrsantan like deluxe figure, which is similar to this. He's got a different face and less accessories, and that's not out yet. And then this guy was like sort of announced, and then as like the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and then people were given like a code or something to get this figure, and then he became available, you know, at a later date then. And I wasn't going to get him, first of all, just because I've got quite a few figures, and now with the HasLab and the throne room and other things on the way, I kind of had to budget and weigh it up. But my birthday's coming up, and my partner knew I wanted him, so she went and got him, and she let me have him early as like an early birthday present. So I thought, right, I couldn't wait any longer. I was going to get it unboxed, get the video done, because he is awesome. Like I said, he was one of my favorite characters from that show. He was one of the highlights. He's great. And so yeah, he is awesome. I like the size of this figure. I think it's pretty good. I know I saw some people who got their hands on him like at Comic-Con and whatever it was, you know, got him early. I saw a few people complaining and stuff, because I'm not sure if some Chewbacca figures are taller than him, but apparently Chewbacca is a little bit taller than him anyway, because they have sort of met in the past. So I guess that's accurate. But up against these figures here, I think it is pretty accurate. You know, he does sort of tower over them. He's this big sort of intimidating thing, but he's not like massively taller. You know, if you think back at the end of the episode, spoilers, they're sort of carrying him away. He's not super, you know, he's not this massive hulking thing. He is taller than them, but he's not gargantually taller than them. So I do think he is in proportion. So yeah, I'm happy with this figure. I think the accessories are great. As I said earlier in the video, I don't know how I'm gonna pose him, to be honest, because normally I look at these figures and I think that's how I'm gonna do the final pose. But with this guy, I really don't know. You know, do I like I went through the options earlier. You've got all these different accessories. There's so much posability with this guy, you know, and I really don't know how I'm gonna pose him. If I'd have had this figure as a kid, it would have been like a dream, having all these accessories to sort of play with and stuff. It would have been awesome. So yeah, like being able to pose him in all these different ways is cool too. And I'm looking forward to the throne room and stuff like that arriving. Just getting all that set up with all these awesome characters is going to be fun. So yeah, overall, I think this is an awesome figure. If you like the character, even if you didn't like the show and you like the character, I would say it's definitely worth getting him. There is a price difference between the deluxe one, but it's up to you. Like, you know, I think You get more accessories, which if that's something you're into, and you know, being able to have that sort of different posability and stuff like that, I think is cool. You've got the box inside, which I was a big fan of that, the way it opens almost like a book to reveal the figure. I'm a big fan of that, and the sort of the raised gold part of like his pauldrons on the case, and then you add the images on it, which I believe are from the comic book, you know, that he appeared in, which I think was a nice touch as well, because I think there was a Black Series Krrsantan figure that came out last year, and it wasn't well received from what I saw. I think it was accurate to how he looked in the comic, but it just didn't look very good, especially how good he looks in the show. I think a lot of people wanted this guy, and yeah, it's been frustrating how long it's been taken to get the deluxe one isn't out still for another month, whereas this guy now has just gone straight onto Pulse, and yeah, he was just straight out the door sort of thing. So I'm happy about that, to finally get hold of him. But yeah, no real complaints with this. Like I said, it is sort of annoying trying to get out the box without damaging the box, but I don't really see a way around that. And I think with the sort of like the whole box versus sort of card back with the bubble, it would have been difficult to get this guy to fit in a bubble. I just don't think it would have happened. And so yeah, it wouldn't really have worked. So I'm fine with it. And this guy's not going to be on shelves anyway, I don't think, because he is a deluxe. So you haven't really, you know, it's not like you're going into a store and buying blind. You're sort of buying in blind anyway. So yeah, the face, I can't get over how good the face is. The camera doesn't really pick it up, but it is fantastic. Like, that was the one thing I was a bit worried about from the promo images. He looked a bit funny. He looked sort of like, I don't know, I think maybe in the holiday special where you see Chewbacca's family and there's like the baby Wookiee and stuff, kind of looked a bit like that. There was something off, and I thought, I don't know, like, that looks a bit, you know, it's meant to look sort of intimidating, and he looks a bit funny, but in person it is great. It's like spot on. So yeah, no complaints with this figure. I absolutely love him. And so if you enjoyed this video, you know, give it a like. You know, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you getting this guy? Were you a fan of this character? Are you a fan of the show? You know, let me know any questions. If I've missed anything, feel free to ask or let me know. And yeah, just thank you for clicking on the video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.